Right, and then after that hit fails, and we do view this as a failed hit, the second hit takes place, and there's something very interesting, which, by the way, this is in the news today because Ryan Wesley Ral, I don't know if you've seen, has, so he's drawn Eileen Cannon, who is the Trump appointee down there in the Southern District of Florida. She was the same one who was on the classified documents case. His lawyers now, which we can't seem to figure out exactly how he's paying for these lawyers, the same way we can't figure out how he paid for his travel to Kiev, Ukraine, and Istanbul, Turkey, and Taipei, Taiwan, and all of these trips that he's taken, but he claims he has no money to his name whatsoever. They are asking for her to recuse herself from the case because essentially they're saying she has a conflict of interest because she was appointed by the person who was targeted as the victim of the assassination plot. She was appointed by Trump, and Trump would have been the victim of the crime that he is being charged for. And so they're trying to get her to pull herself because they want, like, a Tanya Chutkan type or Juan Merchan type that they can get in there. So this guy, Ryan Wesley Ral, again, as I've stated, uses that training that he clearly received while he was in Ukraine. From my reporting that he was not involved because of his age, he was in his 60s, he's still in his 60s, that he did not go onto the battlefield himself, but he received some familiarization training. And Tim, I don't know if you've seen the hide site that he constructed. So it wasn't just he was sitting there with his rifle, but he actually had
2 plates of armor, right?
2 plates of armor in like backpacks that he had put up on the fence as essentially a fairly rudimentary, although effective, form of creating a sniper's nest for himself. Or I talked to Eric Prince about this, and he calls it a hide site, that if he just hadn't stuck the muzzle of his Kalashnikov outside the fence.
I got to pause. People keep getting mad because it was an SKS.
SKS is a Kalashnikov style rifle. And so it's a knockoff. It's an AK knockoff. And so if he just hadn't stuck the muzzle outside, that he never would have been found. And Donald Trump, remember, was only one course, or one hole away. Yeah. So a couple hundred yards, almost within range, like not quite within range, but very, very close to being within range. And I haven't been able to confirm this yet, but remember, the initial story that came out that day was that shots were fired on the range. Now, it turns out that he did not fire with the SKS, but there was a Secret Service agent who identified him and then opened fire. So just walk through this with me. Secret Service agent didn't hit him. Why didn't he hit him? He's got body armor up there. So that means this was effective TTPs, tactics, techniques, and procedures that he learned from units associated with the Azov Battalion who had received training from the American CIA to conduct assassinations within Russia. And the New York Times has put this out, by the way, that, they were totally going rogue when they did that. The CIA would never be involved in assassinations and proxy wars. And he was even able to effectively stop fire from a trained Secret Service agent who was shooting at him.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.